This video is clickbait. The title is a lie. I don't believe it. But I just want to give my opinions as someone that's probably been on this website longer than pretty much like 99% of the user base. I have been on this website longer. To give you some context, I've been on this website since 2006. Now the video you are watching this on, the channel was not made in 2006, obviously. But I do have an active account that I use that's like my own personal account that has been active since 2006. And I wanted to give some feedback on how I feel about the most recent changes to the dislike button, things like that. And basically just give you guys some history on how much YouTube has changed, probably for the worse. Now, when you look at YouTube today and you look at YouTube, say, pre-2010, it is a completely different beast. Like, it is a different thing altogether. So I just want to go over kind of comparing and contrasting how the website has changed and just how much better YouTube was kind of pre-2015 almost. Because if you guys notice, the website, and especially if you look at YouTube Rewind, it's very evident the state of the website. And if you look at the dislikes on YouTube Rewind, the state of the website is just a disaster. And so YouTube Rewind, a lot of people are like, oh, YouTube Rewind got disliked a lot because it's cringy. That's part of it, but I feel like a core issue is that how much people were fed up with the website also. That's the reason I liked it. It is a direct message to YouTube that the way you're taking the website is not good, right? And I feel like they kind of dodged that bullet because it was also very cringy as well. So I just want to give you guys kind of a rundown, and you can look at this yourself, you know? All you have to do to look at how great old YouTube was to go on the Wayback Machine and literally go on Fred's YouTube channel. Yes, that Fred. I'm serious. So let's go over a few things. So before likes and dislikes, there was the 5-star rating system. So the 5-star rating system, I actually prefer the likes and dislikes button because most people either rated it 5 or 1 stars anyway. There was never really such a thing as a 3-star video. Those are like very rare. When we take a look at these from the very beginning, of the website, there was a way to show how much you liked that video, or how much the audience thought that video was worth their time, basically. This system, this 5-star system, was public. You could search a video or search like something in the browsing tool, or like the search bar, and it would give you the videos that would come up, obviously, and it would show you the star rating system right next to the video. So if you were looking up something, it would show like 1 star, 5 stars, 4.5 stars, anything. Just, you would know, you wouldn't even have to click on the video to make it worth your time. And this was very useful because internet back then was very slow. So if you clicked on a video and it took forever to load and then it ended up not being what you thought it was a waste of time anyway. So that was a very good, very smart decision. They just kind of wafted away, you know? Like when they kind of changed it to likes and dislikes, they kind of wafted away. Let's take a look at YouTube and being about broadcasting yourself. This is no more apparent than looking at old YouTube videos, like the classic old YouTube videos, you know? When you look at a YouTube video just on the Wayback Machine, this is from 2000. This screenshot I'm looking at right now is from 2006. There's no crazy thumbnails. There's none of this crazy nonsense. It is just literally like a frame of the video, and that's the thumbnail. So you were really incentivized to make sure that that video had a good thumbnail on it, and that was just kind of incentivizing that what your video is about was included at all times. Because if you got unlucky and 3 random thumbnails were just like of you going like if I was talking over here for 5 seconds and those are the 3 random thumbnails, so it really made sure that your video was quality the whole time, you know, or at least the subject of your video was there and present the whole time. Now, some features that you don't even know, and I'm pretty sure no one knows, no one even remembers these. So you had the home page, you had the videos page. So the videos page, what it had was a couple subsections, and ironically, worst rated is one of them. So if you wanted to look at the worst videos on that on YouTube, you could have done that by like 3 clicks, or 2 clicks, and you were at the worst videos on the website. So it kind of worked a lot like Reddit. So you had your most recent, so it would literally, and I understand why this specifically can't be a feature now, it would literally show you the most recent videos posted to YouTube ever. So if I posted this video right now and you went on the most recent, it would show up. So I kind of understand why that isn't a thing now, but at the same time, it's just kind of like, bruh. And then you had most viewed. Now I'm not really sure. And then again, for the most viewed, you could go most viewed today, this week, this month, or of all time. So again, even more options. If you just wanted to look at the best video of all time on YouTube that day, you could do that, you know? So then you had most viewed, then you had top rated again, most discussed, so that's the video with the most comments, top favorites, most linked, and so basically that's like in YouTube you could have kind of shared a video, at least that's what I'm presuming it was. Obviously the Wayback Machine is very restricted, so you can't really, it's not very easy to tell what things were like. So, and then recently featured, and then worst rated. And again, today, this week, month, all time. That is crazy to think about. Like, just all these like options and features that we had back when the website was created and are not there anymore. It's crazy. So then the next tab, so we had home, videos, and then channels. For channels, you had the most subscribed channels, again, of all time or most recent, you know, or over 3 months, or this month, I mean. And then you have recent channels. Those are what I'm presuming are like recently created video or recently created channels. So if you just created a YouTube channel, it would be easily searchable somewhere. And then if you had, then you also had most viewed channels as well. Same thing, this month, 3 months, all time. And then this one is funny, groups. Yes, groups, like literally groups. So this was an amazing feature, and it was a really underrated feature that is kind of, it was very, it felt very grassroots, but it was hosted by the website. Like the YouTube had a feature where you could do groups. So what this was mostly used for was things like film contests or stuff like that, or like I don't know, just like if you're doing a dance contest or something like that. You get the idea. Or so here, literally this one, here's a group right here. Make your own promo for The Office contest. Create a 20-second promo for NBC's The Office. Shoot your own original footage, and you may use optional Office music and graphics provided in the download kit. And then it would give you a way to enter, and then people would submit videos, and so it was a great way to do contests in this thing. So Comic-Con blog contest, just looking through like guitar contest, like for the best guitar, and then you would, or like music, and then it would be a great way to do giveaways. This was the original way to do giveaways. Like, what the fuck? Oh my god. Okay, so Scrolling back up, then we have categories. Now, categories, it's what you expect. So it's art and animation, vehicles. Remember when cars was a thing? Like comedy videos, entertainment, music, news, like pets, people, sports, travel, video games, science, technology. These were all categories. So if you wanted to just take a look, so let's take a look at the video games tab. I'm not sure how Wayback Machine is going to work with me here, but explore tag hazard. So this is, I think this is when Biohazard highlight Claire. So I'm assuming this is when Resident Evil Biohazard. No, that's Resident Evil 7. I don't know. If you're, I'm assuming this is Resident Evil, but again, so let's take a look. You had popular tags in video games, and it was right there on the thing. So if something was popular, as an example, in the popular tags in video games, Battlefield is there. So whatever happened in July of 2006 with Battlefield, that was very popular back in the day on YouTube. World of Warcraft, GameCube, Christmas, Superman, just a lot of these things, like a lot of popular tags and keywords, you could see there was literally this is a better trending tab than we do on YouTube now, and it was easy to look at. So obviously, and you can have all these keywords and tags, and we're just looking at the video game tab. The first thing that comes up is Pokemon, obviously. New Super Mario Bros. Let's Play, that kind of thing. So I don't understand why YouTube kind of has regressed in a way to this kind of experience. And then we look at the homepage. Let's take a look at the homepage. We have director videos, which I think what director videos are is like kind of like official trailers or things like that. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting from this. I'm not quite sure. But then we have featured videos. So this is kind of like your original trending tab in a way. And it would just one of the videos on this featured tab is Rant, the Beard, and Poetry. More YouTube ranting about the new feature that's going to make things harder to see good vids. I talk more about my beard and challenge to shave it. Toilet train cat doing number 2. Thank you. And then you would have things like active channels. Right on the homepage! Active channels! If a channel was posting a lot recently, it would be on the homepage. Like, and I get there's these things that can be exploited. Like, these could be very easily exploited nowadays, but it's like, come on, man. And then active groups. Literally, like, what are the most recent active groups that could be made? It's Indie Food Channel. That's like the most active group according to the Wayback Machine right now. So there's just so much wrong with YouTube nowadays. So let's take a look at an actual YouTube video. This will be interesting. Let's see if this even shows up. So when you were on an actual original YouTube video, there was a lot more, again, kind of a lot more nuance and kind of personalization. Remember on your YouTube channel, you could have your own custom background? Do you guys remember that? Like, literally, you would have the videos that would be displayed, or like whatever you made your channel. And then the background, instead of being black or white, like dark mode, light mode kind of thing, it would literally be whatever you wanted. Whatever you wanted was back there. It was like it was insane. It was like a green screen for your own like little place. So let's take a look at an original YouTube video. So obviously on Wayback Machine, because JavaScript isn't a thing anymore, apparently for some reason, or it's like out of date. So let's take a look. So we have the ratings right underneath. Again, that's the likes and dislikes right there. The views, things you would share. And then if you remember this, Jesus Christ. video responses. Do you guys remember video responses? Oh my god. Like, what? Jesus, man. So it was literally encouraged for people to respond to other people's videos. That was crazy, man. Like, you never see any of this nowadays. So then you click on statistics and data. That would be like the ratings, the comments, just like general statistics for the video. So instead of having to go through your own private analytics and looking through the analytics tab, it would be right there for everyone to see. Everyone could see how many views, your all-time ratings, your all-time comments, your video comments, how many times you as a creator responded to the comments, how many times you favorited or something, or just anything. You got all of that and that was all public on your video. And then you would have more from the channel. There would be a couple sidebars. There would be more from your channel, your personal channel would be in the sidebar, and then related videos. So that's kind of like the YouTube recommended we see nowadays. It's crazy that all of this is gone. Like, how? How is all of this? Like, most of this is either gone or just extremely watered down. And I get that with the more people that use the website, there has to be kind of like a streamlining, because a lot of this, it's very easy to kind of exploit it, but you could just change up the algorithm and all that. So that kind of thing. And then literally we had a community tab, which was again kind of like a contests tab. So if you wanted to give away something or something. So what this departure of likes and dislikes, or what this departure of likes means, or at least where I really am praying it doesn't go, is removing and stripping down and watering down features that we had from YouTube originally. So, and where this came from is kind of, you can already see how in 10 years we already have less of a website. And there was core features that have been here since the very beginning. You had a video, you could search for videos, you had channels that could post the videos, you had channels that could comment the videos, and vice versa, like, dislike, all that stuff. Those are core features of YouTube. YouTube broadcast yourself. Those are core features, and we are losing those features. Gone, away, to be forgotten, probably forever. There will be a time, because YouTube is on the internet, it is immortal. There will be a time, maybe 10 years from now, where people will have never known that there's a dislike button. That there was never a way to show disapproval for a video. And that seems anarchical at best. What's next? Are we going to lose likes? Comments? We already kind of lost comments a little bit because bullshit. I probably have to censor that word now. Like, we're already kind of losing core features. There's some videos you're not allowed to comment on. There's some videos you're not allowed to dislike anymore. You're now not allowed to dislike videos at all. You still can, but it's not present and ready for the average user. This has been a feature since the inception of the website. Since I was 6 fucking years old when I joined this website. And I'm 21 now. So it's fair to say I've basically spent my entire life on this website. That is a fair assumption. Because what do you remember? Like, be honest, what do you remember before you being 6 years old? Not much, right? So for as long as I physically could remember, there has always been a dislike button on YouTube. There's always been some way to show disapproval. And I already know that what's going to happen from this is people are going to comment something like, use me as a dislike button, or something, or this is the dislike comment, or just people commenting dislike, or something. And then what will happen from that is, oh, well, comments are kind of getting out of hand, so we're going to really disable comments. Then we're gonna kind of disable likes, because if a video doesn't get enough likes, that'll hurt your mental health or something. It's the arguments they give, the arguments that YouTube gives for removing the dislike button in general could very easily be kind of reworded and spun into the same thing for the rest of the core features. Now, I feel like there will come a day when comments are completely gone, likes are completely gone, subscribing is completely gone, and all we're left with is just a shell. Like, you guys get the point. When does it stop? Because I feel like this trend will get to a point where all we can do is type in a video and look at a video. We don't even get to see the channel, because, oh, you can, if you search up a channel, you can target them. You can, and bully them. That kind of argument. When does it stop? When is it's going to get to the point. It might not be today, it will not be tomorrow, but there will be a day when all you can do on YouTube is search for a video, type in a video, and just watch a video. You don't even get to know the person. The only way you can tell who it is by their face, if they decide to show their face, that kind of thing. And also, this is a very serious issue, because, so remember when I talked about the star rating system, how you could see the stars on the video, right? So kind of a roundabout way to do that is vidIQ. vidIQ is kind of like an attachment to YouTube they can download, and it's kind of like a Chrome extension. You can put vidIQ on YouTube and it shows you the like percentage on a certain video. So that's kind of like a roundabout way. It's still kind of like, YouTube itself isn't doing it, but there still is kind of a way. I'm afraid that with this dislike removal, there will no longer be a like percentage, and this can get very, very serious. YouTube is going to get sued for this, and I will tell you why. So, as an example, this is just for me. I'm a young, healthy adult, and I have nothing to worry about. Here's what I have to show you. So, what is YouTube known for? It is known for tutorials. So, ski season is starting back up, and I had to learn how to tune up. I had to look up a YouTube video to learn how to tune up my skis again. Kind of like adjust the bindings and such. Right? Because I have new boots, so I had to learn how to kind of adjust the bindings. Right? So, I looked up a YouTube tutorial on how to do that, and there was likes and dislike ratio, and I could tell just by looking at the like to dislike ratio that the tutorial I was watching was a good one. Now fixing a ski or tuning up a ski is nothing, right? Like, there's no serious whatever the word is for it. There's no serious repercussions for messing up a ski, other than, I lose a couple $100 or something. But there is literally a YouTube tutorial for everything on YouTube. And I mean everything. So, there is going to be a scenario where someone is stuck or has a medical emergency or something is wrong or they are in critical danger and they don't know how to do that situation or they don't know how to get out of that situation. Now, the Venn diagram for this is very small, obviously, but let's say you're in a dangerous situation and you don't know what to do and you can't really contact anyone for some reason. So let's say that, like, you know, I'm not saying that you physically are not allowed to contact people, but let's say they're like you're in kind of like a medical emergency. Let's say you're in a medical emergency and you call 911. That should obviously be your first instinct, is to call 911, or at least attempt to, and call like the National Park Service. Like if you're traveling to National Park, call the National Park Service and call 911, all those numbers first. What a good amount of people's instinct is to do next is to look up a YouTube video on how to kind of temporarily or resolve this situation. Let's say they have like a very serious injury and they're gonna try and figure out how to temporarily treat that wound. On YouTube, because of the removal of the dislike bar, the dislikes button, this is going to get very serious. If someone posts a sham kind of video, and that's the first video that gets recommended to them kind of thing, or like a fake way to treat that wound or something, they might not make it. And that is serious. At a glance, if I look up anything on YouTube, if I look up a tutorial on how to do something on YouTube, I should, at a glance, look at if that video is going to waste my time. And if if I'm in a very time-sensitive situation where I'm trying to heal a wound or something, this is just an example. And you can probably use your imagination to apply this to a lot of different scenarios. While help is on the way, you should try your best to temporarily take care of yourself. But if you take care of yourself in a way that is misleading and does not work, or harms you in a worst case scenario, when medical help gets there, you might not make it. And that is serious. And you can squarely blame that on YouTube's incompetence. Because you can make a very strong argument in court that the family could make a strong argument or something. Because YouTube didn't have a like-dislike ratio bar, it was unclear in a time-sensitive situation to see if to help this person as help is on the way. You can squarely point that at YouTube and they can get sued the shit out of because of that sort of scenario. I'm making this scenario up in my head. I thought about this scenario 5 seconds before I pressed start recording. And that's something I just came up with on the top of my head. This is serious. There can be serious repercussions to this. It's not just, oh, I got clickbaited into a Fortnite, like how to get free V-Bucks. This goes far beyond that. This goes beyond just anything. YouTube is number 2 on search in the internet, right behind Google, right? And if you're like me, I Google how to do something. To me, reading something isn't as helpful because I can't visually see what they're doing. You can tell me to get an 8.5 Allen wrench to twist out the binding, but I don't know what an 8.5 Allen wrench looks like until I see it on YouTube. That kind of thing. Again, the ski is very arbitrary compared to real serious situations. I pray this situation that I just came up with doesn't happen or something similar, but it will. It will happen. Again, not today, not tomorrow. Someday it will. And I hope YouTube can see that.